Come, up. I put this on the side. And up. Come, we have to go live. Come, up. You need to look pretty. Up. Well, people. That's what I have to deal with here. Well, we're gonna get started in a second. Hazel, come. Who wants a treat? Who wants a treat? Yeah, treat time. Okay, up, up, and let's go live. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hazel Paul. Good girl. Hey guys, my name is Christian and this is Hazel and we are with Undick. Undick is a brand for pet food, for pet snacks like Hazel just demonstrated. We're gonna get into that in a second. We are a network of quail farms as well across the United States. And for the next half an hour or so, we're gonna talk about pet treats. Hazel will give her expert opinion on those lovely pet treats. One actually has her portrait on it. And I'm gonna tell you guys in the middle section a little bit what's new on our quail farm, in our quail farm network. And then we talk a little bit about the QuailOS paw, right? And all that good stuff. So make yourself comfortable, grab your beverage of your choice, lean back and have fun with us, guys. If you have a question, pop it in the chat. If you see my eyes wandering off, I keep an eye on the chat over there. We're always happy about a like and subscribe. Hazel states she comes only back if we get at least 2-3 likes, right? So we shall see. But let's get started. Here on the quail farm, what is our main product is obviously quail eggs. So let's take a look at those little gems and let's do a little close up here. So those are the quail eggs. That was a quail egg. No, just kidding. This one is one of our Easter edition, which we hollow out and you can use it as decoration. And it did not break. Perfect. You could paint them as well, of course, as well. Anyway, no, what I wanted to say, this is a quail egg, if I don't break it. And we have fresh quail eggs here from on our farms straight to your doorstep. So if you are looking into those little gems with extra vitamins in there, extra minerals in there, so they are much richer in comparison to chicken eggs. Should have brought a chicken egg as well, because the comparison is like that. Chicken egg is this size and the quail egg is that size. So you need about 3 to 4 of the quail eggs to have the same amount of egg compared to a chicken egg. But quail eggs have a lot to offer, much more than just great nutrition or minerals. They are just gorgeous. They look cute, right? Every egg is unique in regards to the speckle it has. Lovely little speckles in there. What I like about them, okay, I'm a quail farmer, but what I really like about them, what got me into quail as well, is sometimes I feel like I want to have a lot of scrambled eggs in the morning. So I take like 8 or 9 quail eggs. And sometimes I feel like I'm less hungry. And then I only have 3 of them or 2 of them if I feel like. And I was looking also something for my doggy Hazel. And she will come back in the dog treat section. Because I wanted some healthy food for my dog as well. So that all started with 12 eggs on a New Year's Eve 2020, if I'm not wrong. So 6 years ago, I set my first batch of eggs into an incubator and hatched out my first own quail, and the rest is history. And if you want to learn a bit about the history, you see some old recordings here on the channel as well, so you can go back on them. Amazon keeps them nicely chronological on their site, which is awesome. Now you might think, can I have a soft boiled egg with quail eggs? Yes, you can. And for that reason we developed these mini egg cups here. And let's have a closer look at them as well. I couldn't find them anywhere, so I designed it myself, and we 3D printed here on the farm. And you can get it in 3 different colors. We got the white ones. They come in a pack of 4. Let me show you that pack. Where did that pack go, Hazel? Ah, here it is. Hazel was cleaning up early on in here. So they come in a pack of 4 in a quail egg carton, neatly packaged, so you get 4 of them and have an extra quail egg carton. can't harm in case you are into quail and have your own quail laying eggs for you. But yeah, so nicely displayed, great for a little tiny cooking on the weekend as well. Soft boiled quail egg, you boil it for about 2-3 minutes depending where you're at, and then you can take the top off, spoon it out. It's a nice delight. What I like to do when I get some meat, I have usually I crack open a couple of raw quail eggs, and just the yolk makes a great dipping sauce for meat, and I love that. Okay, so those are the mini egg cups, but now we start when we need Hazel's help here. Hazel is a Labradoodle, and in a couple of weeks we're gonna celebrate her birthday live here on the show, so leave a follow that you're gonna see Hazel's birthday celebration. Yeah, you hear treat, so come here and help me to show that to the people. One of the treats what we make here on the farm, if we have eggs which are not perfect for fresh eggs, which are oddly shaped, or if we don't ship as many hatching eggs out and we have extra eggs, we stick those eggs in the freeze dryer, and what you get out of it is freeze-dried quail eggs, and this makes a great food topper for your pet. So let's take a look. Hazel had already dinner early on. She got quite a lot, so let's see if she has more appetite or not. Hazel, want to have a treat? Come here. You have to show the people how yummy that is. So normally you put that on top of the food of your pet. I just put it here on my hand for now, and Hazel will demonstrate how yummy that is. There you go. It's okay. We're gonna hoover later. We have a little construction project going on here in the studio as well, so I'm gonna show you some pictures of that later. Hazel, come. Show. Yeah. Isn't that yummy? Yes, it is. What a bonding experience. I guess I have to take a shower again. Let's take a look. What else we got? So quail are awesome source of protein, and therefore we use their meat as well for great meal enhancements like the pet cotton candy. Let's take a closer look at that. The cotton candy is dehydrated quail meat, and you can see it's nice and fluffy. The only artificial thing about it is the packaging to keep it fresh for you guys. The coloring, yes, we called it cotton candy, but we didn't want to color it pink or blue. We wanted to use the natural yellow color of dehydrated quail meat. It has a nice gamey flavor, and we did that also to cater for senior and younger pets. If their teeth are not that great, you can make a little ball like so, and then you can give it to Hazel here, or to your cat or your ferret. Hazel, treat. Up. Paw. Good girl. And there you go. It's usually a food topper, but you can use it as a treat like that, a soft treat for senior pets, for younger pets if their teeth are not properly developed yet. Great source of protein. Nice, gamey smell. I mean, you might not like it, but your pet will go crazy for it. So if you have a picky eater at home who doesn't want to eat on time or doesn't want to eat their food, sprinkle that on top. It works like magic. There is something going on. Your pet will be excited. I heard of foxes, ferrets, cats, dogs. They all love our pet cotton candy. And if you want to get a great deal, we have them in a bundle as well, so you can have some savings there. That's the egg, the freeze-dried egg yolk and white, and the dehydrated quail meat. So a nice bundle. You can do mix and match, and this way, give something great to your pets. Speaking of mix and match, in a pack like that, we have a tester pack as well, where you get 1 ounce of dehydrated eggshell for extra calcium, the quail freeze-dried eggs, and the quail dehydrated meat. So let's take a look what else we got in store, Hazel. Now we get to a cat toy. Cats are awesome. My daughters have a couple of cats. For obvious reasons, we don't have them in here right now because it would be madness. You know how cats are. And we recorded, however, some cool videos. And this is one product we are really happy about. It's for cats and puppies and dogs as well. Especially if somebody wants to do bird dog training. This is a wing on the string. Again, the only artificial thing about it is the packaging to keep it nice and clean for you guys. So we have here a little statue of the quail bird. You get the idea. The quail has a wing. It's normally has a pair of wings, right? Normally being thrown to the pigs or yeah, not used because there's not much meat on it at all. We dehydrate that. We put the natural string around it, tie it really well, and then it becomes a great puppy or cat toy. If you happen to have a stick in your backyard, tie it on the other end, then it's even more fun to play. But you bring up the natural instinct again in your pet, your cat, your dog, especially cats. They are little tigers. If they are allowed to go outside, they might bring you a little birdie as a present. So now you can bring the bird play inside your home. Feathers might come off when it's a bit rough in playing. You can check out the videos we made if you click on the product. Very cute cats playing there with the wing on the string. Natural product. If it gets a little wet, then don't put it wet back into the packaging because then it could get moldy. So let it air dry or with the hair dryer a little bit before you put it back, especially if you have a puppy which gets very drooly. So we don't want to put it wet back into the packaging. Hazel is turning 4. She's kind of over it, playing with it. She had an accident with it. I left a couple on the table. She got overexcited and ate a bunch of them. Next day, she pooped out some feathers, but other than that, she was absolutely fine. The bones, they don't splinter like chicken bones, and I will prove that to you in a second. And also, you know, it passed through. I would be really afraid about plastic toys and things like that. This is an all-natural thing. Not much can happen. But it's a toy. But if you want to treat your cat, your dog with a toy and an awesome food topper, again, we have a bundle there so you can save some money. You can order that bundle and then you get an awesome snack and an awesome playtime with your little tiger at home. Now let's come to Hazel's favorite. Hazel, one of Hazel's not so much favorites is to sit up on the couch. For whatever reason, she doesn't like to sit up here. Downstairs, she has no issues, but this one is kind of new to her, right? So let's get her to do something she doesn't like. And what is better than a premium dog treat to make her do what she doesn't want to do, right, Hazel? So up, yeah, up, and sit. Good girl. And give paw, yes, high five. Can you hear that crunch? Let's try that again. Maybe a bigger piece. Paw. Good girl. We can hear the crunch a bit. So I only have a few smaller pieces in here. I have to refill that. You should have reminded me. And off she goes. It's dehydrated quail meat. We put eggshell in there for an extra crunch and extra calcium. It comes about, I think it's 3.2 ounces. Premium dog treat made here in New Jersey. And together with our farms across the country. And so all the products you see today, there might be one exception, I'm not sure. Pretty much all the products are laid or made in the United States. I mean, I 3D print that, I process that, we make this. Pretty much everything is except me, but that's okay. Hazel is from Pennsylvania, by the way. Anyway, so let's get to some crunchy stuff. The crunch sticks. Now we're gonna definitely listen to the crunch. Hazel, stop sniffing around over there. Don't knock over the camera and come here. Hazel, come here. Baby, come. Yes, good job. And we didn't knock over the camera. Awesome. Up. Look what I have here. Crunch stick. Yeah, crunch stick. That makes your teeth extra nice. Because the quail has a spine. And we don't want to waste anything from these gorgeous birds because we love them here on our farm. They have a very happy life and one bad day like all of us. So Hazel, come up. Yeah, up. Okay, sit. And lay down. Good. We just have to talk about it for 1 second. Yeah. Now look. As I say, they don't splinter like chicken bones do. Right? Hazel gets super excited, so don't wait any longer. Let's let her try that. Give me paw. Good girl. Nice and crunchy. That's why we called them the crunch sticks. There's a bit of fat on it, a lot of protein in there. Again, the bone itself crumbles like crazy, and Hazel goes crazy for it, right? Give me kisses. Give kisses. 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 Not bark, but okay. Kisses. Yeah, okay. Good girl. Oh, sorry, I dropped it for you. That's a premium dog treat. So 10 of them come in a package. And yeah, all freshly harvested here in the US, right? Freshly packaged, dehydrated, no additives, no nothing, only nature in there from the lovely quail. And what a gorgeous bird that quail is, right? We do have quail feed as well. They come in a little tester pack, like 10 of them. So if you do bird dog training with your dog, guys, Father's Day is coming up, or ladies, Father's Day is coming up. Get your husband, your partner a nice gift, maybe something for the doggy. So I have some ideas for you now. You know, I mean, the man loves his dog. If you love your man, get something for the dog. You know what I mean? And love goes through the tummy, right? So this is nice. The feet, nice chewy, has the scent of the quail, of course. So if you do bird dog training, it's great. Also cats. I've seen some awesome videos on social media of customers buying them. They garnish with the quail feet the normal meal of their cat, and then they have something nice and chewy on there, and they love it. Again, very natural. And we do have that in bulk because some dogs and cats can't get enough of them, and they come in a pack like that, about 62 of them in there, and about 60 pieces, 60 feet in there, and it's a great option as well. Now, let's see, Hazel, if we have another premium dog treat. We can do bigger birds than quail. We can do chicken. We can do duck. Let's get to a duck product. Also a premium dog treat together with E&N Quail up in New York. We bring that to you. Comes in, how was it? 4 ounces, I believe. 4-ounce pack with label and all everything. This is just my demo pack here. And it's a duck heart. The duck heart is about 4 times the size than a quail heart, so there's more on it. And as you can see by Hazel's reactions, we get super happy. Now turn around, sit, give paw. Yes, super excited you get. And up, and turn around, and sit, and now you can have it. She loves that jam. Yeah, thank you. You get extra kisses. But no burp, please. We are live on TV. Well, TV, mobile phones, whatever, tablets. You know what I mean. We are live on the internet. So be careful. Don't say anything stupid. I take care of that. Okay. Now, dogs love training. Hazel likes training too. We do that every Monday with you guys here live on this show. And now we want to show something which we have in a pack like so. They come now in a pack like so as well. Different label on the back, but it is a dog training kit which consists of a quail wing, 5 ties of the quail, 5 crunch sticks. So this is specifically for bird dog training. We put a little extra scent catcher in there so that it catches the scent of the quail. So don't buy any artificial game bird scents if you want to train your dog. Just use the real thing like what we provide to you. You help one of our family run farms here in our network. We are all the way from Texas, Utah, down to Louisiana, Florida, New Jersey, where I'm based out of, New York, all the different states we're in, and we ship fresh to you, right? We like that, Hazel, right? If people support us. And that way you get the real thing and you help a family farm here in the US. So honey, if you want to chill now a bit, I'm going to do the news section now. We talk about what happened on our quail farm this week. You chill? Good. She has your chill spot over there. Okay. And we take a look what's happening here on the quail farm. Now, I hope some existing customers are watching, some followers there, and some new ones. Now, let's take a look. We had a little miracle going on. That little guy here. Well, he was falling asleep in my wife's hands, as you can see here. And this guy is a little miracle. So we had a customer ordering eggs from us, and for whatever reason, they put in their PO box and their actual address in the delivery address, and I assume the postal guy was confused, and we got those eggs back with a sticker. There's no mailbox. So we shipped that from our Texas farm to Arizona, and it came all the way back here to New Jersey. Traveled 14 days, those eggs. They got beaten up quite bad. Half of the eggs were broken. They traveled twice the time and twice the distance, and then they were overnight in my mailbox because I didn't expect any mail. So the eggs were freezing as well. But I figured out, let's stick them in the incubator either way and see what happens. And out of the remaining 12 eggs, this one little fellow came out. So this guy was traveling for over 14 days, twice the distance from coast to coast, kind of. And then after 19 days incubation, he came out healthy and is now enjoying his life here on the farm with all the other quail. Here is one of his brothers or sisters. And he actually, that little fellow, gets really well along, even with a week older birds there in the brooder. This one, a pretty bird as well, I believe. What could that be? You see yellow, you see white. It could be either a jumbo white eventually, or it could be also a fee or something. So there is a lot of variation in quail, and I talk about that, and I show you down below here on Amazon also the different products highlighted while I do the news section and I talk a bit about the birds. So yeah, if customers ask me like, okay, after 5 days, the eggs might be not fresh enough for incubation. Guys, that's not true. The science says after day 10, the hatch rate starts declining. And I have hatched eggs. They were 14 days old. I have hatched eggs. They went twice the distance, as you saw. And twice the time, traveled through the country in the mail system, and they still hatch. Of course, the hatch rate starts declining. That's why we never ship out hatching eggs older than 48 hours. That way, they are fresh when they arrive with you, a couple of days old, and you put them straight in the incubator in the wintertime, let them settle to room temperature for a couple of hours. There's no need for 24 hours in the wintertime. 12 hours should be enough. They just need to get the room temperature, that no water on the egg is actually condensating. Because if the egg is cold, you put it into warm temperature, like the incubator, right? 99.5 Fahrenheit. Then you could have water condensating on the egg, and that's something we don't want, because if water gets into the egg, it can also introduce bacteria, and this is when your eggs start rotting. So when you get the eggs from us, and number one, don't drop them. Number two, don't spray anything on them. Don't wipe them. Don't wash them. Don't do anything. Well, by the way, if children are watching, only order stuff on Amazon with the permission of your parents, because, for example, fresh items like this cannot be returned, right? So always ask for permission. So yeah, you don't put anything on them. You also avoid touching them like crazy, like I do now, because every movement, every interaction can introduce something into the egg. The egg itself is like my skin. It's porous, right? So stuff could get in. We have the natural bloom on it, what the hen puts on it when it lays the egg. Oop. That's how often I dropped it today. Did you guys keep count? I think that's number 3. So just keep it natural, and it's a natural process. And then you're going to see the result between 18 to 20 days for the Coturnix quail, button quail. We got them in store as well. They start hatching around day 16, 17. And the Georgia Giants or Bobwhite variations, they are a little late, around day 22, 23, for example. So we have quite a variation of different birds on our Amazon store. So you can check that out there. All different colors. It's nice. Some are better layers than others. We have that all in the product descriptions. In the end of the day, it's really up to you what you want to get. Right now on the valve-free variation, which is a bit, could be one of those guys. the valve face. Let me see if I have a close-up picture here from the old pictures. Maybe not right now. They are black and white, speckled, really, really beautiful birds. Now, quail need entertainment, at least that's my opinion. I don't know what you think about it, but I want my birds to be a bit entertained. I want that they stay healthy and their peaks need to have a little workout. Well, let's look at the peak here, right? I use cage systems which are made from very stable plastic, but there's nothing really hard to pack against. So I came up a couple of months back with the QuailKnödel. I'm Austrian by birth, but what is a QuailKnödel or a quail ball? Hazel likes the smell of it as well, so she needs to check it out. This little ball here, we work here on the farm our string into it, and it's actually a solution to a problem. Because, let me show you close up. So we have mealworms here, a little mealworm farm, a farm on a farm, right? And those little mealworms, when we dry them, we leave them in a whole piece. If you put them just in their food tray, quail are not that smart, and they go ahead and pick it up, run to the back of the cage and drop it right into their poop tray. So not very effective feeding method for mealworms. But mealworms are great because they are easy to keep. They take care of the scrap from the kitchen, the scrap from the garden, right? So they eat the greens and stuff, what we just throw out. They are very happy that way. And they reproduce very quickly, and that helps to get an extra source of protein for those lovely quails. And you get the idea. Now, if it's on a string like so, they can work it, they can work their peak, so keeps the peak from growing like longer and longer and longer. They can pick out pieces, they can, we work that into quality high protein quail feed. So they get both, they get extra protein and of course the quail feed. After a while, they might break. Let's take a look at the little video I took here to show you guys the quail ball in action. So let's take a look at that. Here we go.
Wow, those guys already worked well on that ball here. Just think about it from the original size. First time they managed to do it so evenly. Awesome.
Yeah, it can happen that they break it in half eventually. Then you put it into their feed tray. They still have something hard to pack against. I love making them on the farm on a quiet day because when we dehydrate that, it's who would have known that mealworm and quail feed smell like honey when you dehydrate them. And I like the smell of honey. Reminds me about my childhood because my grandfather was a beekeeper and my father too, and I got allergic to bees. That's unfortunate. But speaking of bees and honey, I have exciting news. So watch out this channel for next week. We're gonna launch actually raw unfiltered honey from the area of Jacksonville, Florida, from the Ocala forest there. One of our quail farmers went into the exciting world of bees, and now it's the first time we can bring some fresh honey to you. Really great because, you know, if you have allergies, the pollen in the honey helps a little bit with that. Honey in general is an awesome product, right? Never expires. It has a lot of benefits to your health. Now, at this point, I want to introduce a guest product. I recently met Jason and I realized I use his products since years here on the farm. So I wanted to give him a shout out because I noticed he is here on Amazon as well with his products. So Right Farm Products in Texas. Right Farm Products is known for those egg trays, right? That's what we use because when we go out collect eggs, we collect a lot of eggs. And those egg trays, specially made for quail eggs, they hold 90 eggs, like so. Even the smaller sizes, like button quail eggs, you could put in here. but the standard size QuailOS or even up to a jumbo size as well. It holds it nice and stable. What I like on the product design as well is those triangles up here. So this way it's kind of, you know, the orientation of it, because one way it's 9 and the other way it's 10, right? So you can see that straight away. And when I collect, I have like a system where I say, okay, the first 2 rows is the jumbo brown, for example. Then I have a couple of rows for the whites, all the different color variations I have there. Right now in the winter time, I go out multiple times a day to collect the eggs to make sure that they get into a warm temperature. I mean, the quail setup I have, you might have seen it previously here on the channel, is temperature controlled, so it never goes below 50 Celsius, Fahrenheit. Celsius would be really warm. No, never goes below 50 Fahrenheit in there, so it means the eggs are not freezing. But talking about this product, it's an awesome product. Every quail farmer needs that. He sells it in a pack of 6, I believe. It's a great deal, so check it out here on Amazon. That should not be missing on any quail farm, so get that stuff while it's in stock. And shout out to Jason. It's always nice to talk to you on the phone. You're a great guy. Now, other egg rails, right? If we come to the quail keeping stuff, if you go bigger than over the standard desk incubators and you use cabinet incubators, like the ones from Hatching Time, let me show you guys a little picture of that so you know what I'm talking about, because this is just the rail. And what you normally get when you buy one of those bigger incubators, you get those big rails which are for goose eggs, and you would have troubles with your quail eggs here, right? Because they would either lay around funny like this jumbo one, or fall through if it's button ones, and we don't want that happening. And let me show you the picture of the incubator. So this is for the CT60, 120 or 180, and I bring up the picture here in a second. When did I take the last picture of the incubator? Here it is. Let's check it out here. So there you can see that stuff goes into the incubator, and if you want to have your eggs stable in here, that's what you get from us, the insert for the goose rails. And then you have jumbo size, and you get the idea. If I hold it proper in the camera, here we go. They are pointy side down, nice in the incubator. You could use it on a desk incubator as well if you put that just on the floor of the incubator, but here in this rails for the CT 120, 180 and so on from Hatching Time, you secure them nicely. And we got the same thing in different package sizes, so you can have 1 of them, you can buy 2 of them, 5 of them, as many as you need. And we got the same thing for the standard QuailOS and the button QuailOS. Let me show you. So in this case, the jumbo was 13 eggs, and the button quail and standard QuailOS size is 19. So you definitely fit way more in here for the standard eggs than if you would be just laying them in there, hoping that they don't fall out during the turning and incubation process, right? So here you get it safe. Let's use a celadon egg, the lovely blue eggs. You get them from us in the store as well. True blue layers, they're often called as well. And you see it is securely held in there. Oops, of course, when I tilt it, right? So, yeah, well, you get the idea. Normally it's not tilted in there, in the incubator. You know what I mean? Anyway, so, yeah, those rails, we make them here as well and bring them to you. Now, button quail eggs, I just mentioned them. We have them in store. We're gonna have some exciting news about them in a couple of weeks as well. Right now, it's a nice color variation mix. We were able to increase the capacity. So thanks to Joe and Dixie, for example, out in Texas, who were building and building cages after cages and doing a great job in their breeding program for the buttons. I tried to keep buttons here on my farm in New Jersey. And I'm not lucky with them. Either I'm not fast enough or because those birds, they are so small and they are so fast. But my farm is also a bit more concentrated on meat production. But if you look into button quail, because they're really cute, they also lay eggs which can be eaten. They are small though, but they're also often kept more as pets. Then check them out here on our store. You can get a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 4 dozen. So that's new now on them as well. And if you want to treat your button quail or your baby standard quail to proper feed, or if you look for a feeder which is affordable, then get our pack of the button quail feeders. So they can be used for quail chicks. They can be used for the button quail, the adults. The specs are on the product, so you can, if you build your own cages, you can mount it, you can fill it up from the outside. Those are also perfectly fitting into the hatching time grow out or brooder cages as well. And yeah, you can also just put them in your brooding box. If you put a little Velcro or a zip tie around them, they go like that in the brooding box. That's what I use for my rental program when people do the hatching experience here on the farm. So very, very simple to use and easy to clean. That's why we made them in a white design as well. So you see if there's something dirty, then you have an easy cleanup. Now, Hazel, did I forget to mention something, Hazel? Hazel. I think she's in a food coma right now. Let me see if I can reanimate her. Hazel, come here. Come here. Hazel, treat. She gives me the stare look like, what do you want? I want that you come over and say hi and bye to our lovely viewers. Before we leave you guys, I want to mention that we're gonna be online again next week, Monday, 7:30 Eastern. Sorry, today we were running a couple of minutes late, but that was this time due to me, not to Hazel. Hazel took her beauty treatment yesterday, and I had my beauty treatment right now before I went on the show. I just realized, I do a proper news section? Well, maybe I do that next week with some more pictures, because I only took a couple of pictures. We have some renovation project going on as well in the house, as well as we do a lot of stuff to get ready now for the organic garden as well, right? Hazel, come up. I know you don't like it up here, but come on. Come on, up. Up, yeah. We went to the feed store today as well to buy more feed for the birdies. Come here. Yeah. What else did we do? Yeah, treat. Yeah. Treat. Yeah, well, a lot of things, I guess. It's hard to always report on every single thing we do here on the farm, because we do a lot. And it doesn't matter if it's rain or shine, or if the water is freezing, or a storm comes through, or in the heat of the summer. We farmers are always here for you to produce awesome dog treats and great eggs for you to have. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching today. We had a lot of fun making this little video for you guys. So please leave us a follow or a like, so you get a little pop-up when we are next time online. Hazel would enjoy that. If you guys have ideas what I could do for Hazel's 4th birthday, any kind of, I'm thinking as well, I mean, I make sausages out of quail. Maybe she gets a sausage cake or something. Or, yeah, any kind of birthday treats. If you have ideas, please get in touch with me. You can click on, leave a note for seller if you go on our store. You can just, look me up. If you have any great birthday ideas, what I could give this little Hazel Dale for her 4th birthday, I would be very happy if you send me your recipe, your advice. I want to make something myself for her. She is a great member of our family, so I think she deserves a little birthday treat. I know a lot of people do that. I don't want to get to anything artificial or sugary or anything like that. Since I have access to quail meat, maybe you guys have an idea what I could make for her, something special, what she doesn't get every day. So thanks in advance if you leave a comment or, yeah, get in touch with me with your favorite recipe there. Other than that, I wish you guys an awesome week ahead, a great weekend ahead as well. I hope the weather is going to be nicer here in Jersey, that we get to do some stuff in the garden, right? and that we finally stopped with the mud party in the backyard. You should see Hazel. I'm gonna take some pictures of that next time. When she comes back from playing in the backyard, it's a whole mess, right? Now, since Hazel is tired and I get tired, we say thanks for watching and thanks for stopping in. I wish you get a good rest of your evening. Bye bye.